Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the finest Dawn of War Ultimate Apocalypse cast this side of East Yorkshire. And today we have got a 1 versus 1 on Emerald River. Playing on the southern side as Imperial Guard, we've got Tigershark. And playing on the northern side as Chaos Space Marines, we've got Demi. Demi will be opening up with triple cultist, a Mark of Chaos Corn research, and a Chaos Temple, as well as a plasma generator. Whereas Tigershark is going to go for a couple of conscripts, Ted Priest Engine Seer, Infantry Command, and Plasma Generator. So here we are, we don't normally see a 1 versus 1 in Ultimate Apocalypse, but they do happen, and they are just as entertaining as 1v1s in other games. So actually, it'll be nice. We'll be able to talk about the actual individual strategies for once in a Ultimate Apocalypse game, rather than just commentating on the absolute sheer madness and mayhem that is going on. Now, Imperial Guard, Tigershark should I say, is going primarily for Imperial conscripts, mainly just to capture his stuff around the base and the map, and also because with these guys being quite cheap, it will help Tigershark save up. I mean, look at it, he's already got 3 squads out, he's still got 560 blue money on the go, so easy for him to build up some extra plasma generators for a quick tier 2. That's a general plan. You sacrifice your tier 1 and just basically try and capture as many things as you can, get into tier 2 as quickly as possible, and then start shivering out those higher tier units. We're going to see some Raptors from Demi. Now he's gone for a, a Mark of Chaos Corn research, so some Raptors in there, that will help them with the close combat stuff. And I mean, these guys, 1,540 health between 2 of them. Quite tanky. They do a lot of building damage, but they do a lot of damage against infantry and heavy infantry. So I think the idea might be just to keep those conscript numbers quite low to prevent them from going about and doing stuff. Also, we'll be able to focus on the Tech Priest Agencies when they come over. So that's the game that Demi is playing at the moment, is Denial and Containtion. Is Containtion a word? I'm making it. It's a word now. So yeah, so he's denying this one. And Ted Priest Engine Seer is now going to have to go back home. But thankfully, we do have one whole Field Command Lieutenant, one chap with a chainsword looking to see if he can sort these Raptors out. The Ted Priest Engine Seer will run over on this way, and with a friend, see if they can build up a listing post down here. So conscripts will not be helping them in any situation here. They're just going to walk around and see if they can capture any other things. Some cultists over here will be seeing these guys and potentially maybe shooing them away. Nope, they're just kind of giving themselves an old handshake, walking backwards. Clearly not being air moved there. Looking to capture points, I imagine. This suppose has been done. The Raptors will take a fair while to break down this listing post. I mean, not a crazy amount of time, but you know, they've got places to go, people to see, things to do. And yeah, so they're going to upgrade this. Now, one thing that they can do as well is that infantry commands, they can just basically pop one down here and just fill them up with conscripts. If the conscripts being quite cheap, they can convert an infantry command into a really powerful turret, especially against Raptors and things of their like. But Field Command Lieutenant being kicked in the air. He's not going to give up. He's got a fair bit of health. Actually, one Lieutenant got almost the same amount of health as 2 Raptors. That's pretty good. Down over, up over on this side. The conscripts have lost their morale. They've lost the will to live against just some regular cultists, and quite tall cultists when you put them next to conscripts. Conscripts are quite small chaps. They run to the litter. And these are just going to be chopped, sliced and diced. Poor lad. That's not what he signed up for. Raptors getting a surround on the Lieutenant. Get that decap in there. And now they say, oh look, here's some conscripts. Let's see if we can get a squad wipe here. The reinforcement rate is quite tremendously quick, but looks like they might be able to get it. I know they decided they've turned their attention away. Probably there's a listing post over here that they'll think about getting. Got some conscripts over here, also combating these cultists away from the relic, but you can just see by how much damage they do. It's not a lot. It'll take them a long time to get through a squad of cultists. And I suppose on a map as wide as this as well, the Raptors' additional maneuverability is a massive boon to them when it comes to capturing their stuff. But yeah, Tigershark, he's only really got his one listing post in here quite nicely defended. He's now in tier 2, he's got his own weapons out. Not sure if the heavy weapons teams are the way forward, considering that there's Raptors on the field, but there we go, these guys are leapfrogging over each other. Opening fire on these cultists, and their numbers will fall quite rapidly if they stay within range of the heavy weapons team. Yeah, very quickly. Morale also being broken now. But the Raptors, they're continuously doing stuff. Relic over here being captured. conscripts need to either get out of there or do something else. This is another engagement that they're not going to win. Conscripts over here also. Dear oh dear. That's the problem with conscripts. Not very good at anything apart from dying. So, it was a bit disheartening playing Imperial Guard in the first tier or two, with your men just constantly just being murdered by everything. But such is the way, because now there's a mechanized command, and is Demi going for his tier 2 at the moment? He's halfway towards tier 2, so actually, to be honest, hasn't really given Tigershark much of a, how would one say, much of a tech advantage for very long. But he's got there. He's now starting to build up his listing purse if he can sort these Raptors out. Needs to get something substantial from the mechanized command. He's going to go for a Chimera assault tank. Carries less boys in the transport department, but it does pack a little bit more punch. So that should be able to do alright against these Raptors. Raptors might be able to get their crack grenades out, but I reckon Demi will probably transition to something other than Raptors later on down the line. He says, going to get some more plasma generators, but nothing crazy at the moment. And what's your economy? It's 92 and 40 compared to 133 and 60. And he's got a fair bit of money to play with. He's got the Chaos Armory. He's going for a squad cap increase and going for some regular Chaos Space Marines. So, moving over to a more traditional frontline fighting force. We've also got people in the base. Raptors coming in. And they'll be looking at these plasma generators. Only really takes to kill a couple of them for the chain reaction to kill them all. It's very dangerous building all your plasma generators up close together, but it is the most efficient way to squeeze the most juice out of those lemons. The Raptors are going to hide in the corner. Maybe they can't find them. Is that the plan, Demi? Just hide in the corner and hope that no one notices. No, the Chimera assault tank does see them. Yeah, that's just a lot of... What is it? An auto cannon, a machine gun, and... Are you a bolter? You are a bolter. So that's a lot of firepower compared to your regular Chimera with just its las gun on top. Listing post being rebuilt. Like we say, it resists the damage of the Raptors by quite a significant margin. Still though, these guys do better than Imperial Guard Horsemen. Don't know if you saw the episode a while ago where we did a charge of the Rohirrim, and those horsemen did bugger all against the buildings. I'll just do a little bit. Not much, but they do a little bit. Now just two tanks being best friends going around, and now it's time for the Imperial Guard to get a few licks back. Got double Chaos Space Marines. One's gone for a missile launcher. I imagine the other one... Oh no, you're going to go for a melter gun. So, different structure for different folks. Conscripts being killed by a tree, by all things. There we go, by a Raptor. Hiding behind a tree. He manages to narrowly survive, potentially. No, he's going to go back for more. The menace of chaos. Heaven forbid. Chaos Space Marine is now moving over onto this side of the map. Raptor's still over here. And gradually getting it down. Buildings in Ultimate Apocalypse, you can repair them with just... like there's like a little button down here that you click on. So they can repair themselves. And these Chaos Space Marines are starting... Right, that one's almost dead. Let me go over here and see if I can do something myself. And they will be able to, but the Chimera tank is looking to see if they can do some stuff about it. The double Tech Priest Agencies trying to move around them, probably to rebuild their stuff. Yeah, they're going to rebuild their listing post. And there we go. That's one way to distract your enemy. Ignore their assault and go in for your own assault. But sadly, plenty of Chaos Space. We've also got some Havoc Marines in there as well. Missile launchers akimbo. And so the assault tanks will fall quite quickly. But we do have more and more incoming. And the good thing about the assault tanks as well is that... I mean, are you building any at the moment? No, but from what I understand, their blue money cost isn't that much. So even if you haven't got a really strong economy in the early game, as long as you built up your plasma generators, you'll be able to constantly funnel out those Chimeras. But, I mean, will that do them any good now that the Chaos Space Marines have got their melter guns? Got a squadron of Dead Priest Agencies. Are you coming in for some combat? No, they are coming in to build up listing posts ASAP. Field Command Lieutenant still knocking around. Also have that heavy weapons team. Now that the Chaos Raptors are soon to be nothing, I think they're all dead actually. So now the heavy weapons teams will be a lot safer in these engagements. So static defense, mobile armor, and there we go. Look at him. There's a punch in the face. A blast round the mush. And that is KO for that chap, indeed. So yeah, so actually the Imperial Guard now back to their... Yeah, they've even got their thermoplasma generator up and running over on this side as well, so... Clawing it back. The power of the Guard. Cultists have been getting their feet wet for quite some time. Just enjoying the Emerald River for what it is. Always makes me think of the Mountain Dew Lake, possibly. That's a lot of Chaos Space Marines. And these guys won't be able to stand up against them for very long. They have got their decap in there. And they don't really need to actually even capture this. Just because they've already got their own relic over here. Is it over here? Oh, it's over here. So if they've got that, and they've denied them, lots of black madness going on around them. What? Hellsmith? Hellsmith, that's what you are. Like Will Smith, but get slapped less by Chris Rock. And probably has a more loving relationship with his wife. Sorry, that was a bit of a low blow. I don't know where that came from. But we've got tier 2/tier 3 on the way here. Heavy weapons teams chilling out around this negative cover. Going to see if they can keep these Chaos Space Marines at bay should they wish to cross the river. Which they do seem that they want to. And why not? They've got the weapons for it. Havocs with their heavy bolters to slice their way through Imperial Guard infantry. Missile launchers to take on the tanks. This ball of badness is going to be quite substantial. Quite hard for them to kill. Conscript's now going to amass in number. And the Field Command Lieutenant just constantly being used to full effect. Got more heavy weapons teams. But yeah, a nice little line as well, so every time one gets involved in close combat, the other two are relatively safe from them. Smoke being thrown down as well. And these guys are thinking, right, okay, well, we don't quite have the killing blow power yet. May as well fall back. We can come back again later. We've still got the superior economy. But then, good lord, man. He's not giving up. He smells heretic. And he will have his pound of flesh. None can stop him. One squad of Chaos Space Marines about to get taken out, but no, thankfully, heavy weapons team's being crumped. But sadly, some cheeky ones over here sniping that lonely squad. So actually losing an entire squad there. Very unfortunate. But they have been able to... Oh, no, never mind. Oh, the Imperial Guard have recaptured this place as well. And the courts need to move over here and capture this relic if they want to do it. There we go. Good job, Demi. Listening post. Been crumped again. Field Command. Lieutenant. Bashed around and finally the thorn in Demi's side. Been taken out. I've got some special weapons teams. These guys have got access to lots of different weapons. They're going to go for their plasma guns. All goes quiet. All goes relatively quiet as the Imperial Guard try and rebuild their fighting forces. Go for something maybe a little bit more mobile. Heavy weapons team's totally fine for some purposes, but they don't really want to be taking direct damage. They've got all their stuff over here to defend. The Chaos Space Marines, they're getting nice and close for whatever reason. It won't take a couple of volleys for them to take down this listing post. It's a double upgrade listing post as well, so that'd be quite the pain for Tigershark to lose. Special weapons teams are going to come over and see if they can sort these guys out with their plasma guns. Also going to get a field medic in there as well, just to keep them relatively healthy. As healthy as one can when taking bolter and missile launcher fire. The conscripts over here, managing to push away the cultists. Havoc Marines should be able to fire at them quite nicely. Did the Chimera go anywhere? No, the Chimera's gone somewhere else. These guys will push forward. And just a constant back and forth around this relic. No man holding it for too long. The conscripts know when their bread's buttered, so they are going to run away. And over here, Chaos Space Marines continuously pushing over. First Lehman Russ of the day, though. And these boys pack a mean wallop. Havoc Marines will have to focus fire on them if they want to stay alive, but now we're also seeing some Kaskans as well, so the infantry of the Imperial Guard now transitioning over to something a lot more damage dealing than your regular old Imperial Guard conscript. Current economy is being 159 and 79 compared to 100 and 100. Nice round number. Oh, 108 now. Oh, you ruined it. Oh, goodness. But, yes, Chaos are now going to be massively on the back foot. Can't rely on just being able to easily win against just regular, meager human beings. You've now got the cream of the crop, the elite of the elite, as well as some big, bafting tanks. And these guys using their black squiggly things to resist and do more and just have a general... That's just like a general stim. General upgrade. It's not like they're purged a weak ability. I think. I could be wrong there. We like to change the blooming graphics sometimes in these games, in these mods. The Icon Bearers coming in. Generally, again, another kind of like buff. I do believe that they act as like an apothecary, sort of. Again, if I'm not mistaken, could be wrong. What do I know? Oh, there we go, Page of the Week. I know stuff. Maybe not the exact details, but I know a general idea. Kaskans also with their plasma guns. Looking for that heavy armour. Actually cutting through them pretty quickly. Resisting that knockback. Icon Bearer being focused down. Not been attached to any squads. And fair enough, actually, to be fair. Those Icon Bearers absorbed enough damage for long enough for these Chaos Space Marines to get a fair few kills in there. One special weapons team only with 2 models left. Going to start building some turret emplacements down here. Upgrade to the listing post as well. So this is a nice place for the Imperial Guard to defend, I'd say. But Lehman Russ needs to turn around and open fire. He's not going to do much at this angle. No, he's just going to run away. Leave the boys to their own devices. Can they hold the line there? More upgrades. Smoke being thrown over there. Which does that lower your fog of war? Don't think it does. Was that just for aesthetics? Blow smoke up the backside. Maybe that's the plan. Let's have it, Marines. Still holding strong against these guys. Purge of the Weak being activated. Helping them just get through one man at a time. Synchronized aiming. Kaskans are going to run inside the listing post just to keep themselves alive, but that listing post will not be up and running for much longer. Probably want to teleport these boys to a different structure. And there we go. They didn't manage to get out in the nick of time, and they have been shot up. The hubris of the Imperial Guard been taken out. Everyone seems they're going to set up around over on this side. Some fortified position add-ons being popped there. Double Lehman Russes, but one Lehman Russ left on his own. Taken care of by the Hellsmith, armed with his Melter-Bolter combination. There's a builder with a little bit more extra. Packs a little bit more of a wallop. Everyone seems over here. Instantly taken out. Deleted and yeeted. And it seems that the Chaos Space Marines have now once again made it crystal clear that these listing posts are not for the Imperial Guard. They are for the Dark Ruminations and Ruinous Powers. More mechanized commands. We're seeing a Basilisk on the way. In fact, a couple of Basilisks. And yeah, why not? If you can't get close to them because they do too much damage, just kill them from afar. And so far, Demi's not going for any vehicles. So that Basilisk will certainly do a lot of damage over time. Will do a lot of quick damage. His DPS isn't amazing. But bearing in mind as well is that these guys need to set up their weapons and stand still for them to get some proper value in there. But if you're constantly knocking them around, that's reducing the amount of damage that they can bring to the table at any given time. Thermoplasma generator has been spotted. That'll be a good chunk of power lost for Tigershark. Kaskans thinking about taking away that Chaos Icon Bearer's life. He can cap a point by himself there. That's something to take into consideration. Kind of like a missionary, but for the Chaos Space Marines. Obviously over here attempting to get some listing posts down, but just 2 on their own, especially now they're being blown up by the basilisks. That's a good thing about these basilisks. Quite long range, they're able to defend both the right-hand side of the map and the left-hand side of the map. Demon Russ gets taken out there. The Cascans on their own have to run away. That's a lot of lads. That's a lot of lads, bearing in mind that they've got seriously ridiculous amounts of health in Ultimate Apocalypse. Cannot underestimate or understate how much more tankier the heavy infantry of both Chaos Space Marines and regular Space Marines is in this game. Seeing an Industry Command, which will allow Tigershark to get some more blue money on the go. We normally see them being saved for a lot later in the game, but Tigershark needs as much blue money as he can get, and he's not exactly been able to hold on to these listing posts for very long, so maybe it's a more stable kind of economy. He's relying on those Industry Commands, although they do cost a lot of money, in all fairness. What are we going for over here? We are going for Chaos Energies, tier 3 or tier 4. Probably got some horrors in there. It's all dark and dangerous. Chaos been backed into a corner, but you know, they're not trapped in here with you, you're trapped in there with them. Need to move a bit closer though to activate those other weapons. And actually, the Basilisks firing in as well. They do not want to stand still for very long. One Chaos Raptor, Havoc Squad, only got 1 lad left in it. If you ignore the Chaos Icon Bearer. But the conscripts looking to see if they could just out-reinforce the incoming damage. There we go, the meatiest of shields. The Chaos Space Marines can't really do much about these Basilisks at the moment. We've only got 4. So yes, another desecrated stronghold for more plasma generators. It's going to have to be something different from this. This composition was working very well for them for now, but as the game goes on, you can't rely on that death ball. Chaos Icon Bearer doing a bit of scouting and has seen these Basilisks just to confirm of their existence. Actually, just bobbing and weaving the incoming damage. Oh dear, I gave him the old Caster's Curse again. Serpentine! Bob and weave! No, sadly not. You can only dodge Basilisk fire for so long. But if you could dodge a Basilisk, you could dodge a wrench, you could dodge a ball. That was a film once. Some Hell Talons on the way. That'd be a great counter against the Basilisks. You could just fly over any obstructions like these Cassicans, and it doesn't take a lot to kill a Basilisk. Light armor, well, armored vehicle, but for all intents and purposes, they die pretty quickly. A field command being built up over here. I quite like this one. Field commands, fill them up with conscripts. They become an almost indestructible, super duper wonder turret. Also got the standard bearer over here, inspiring the men. Chaos Disco, that gives them vision. I believe it gives them vision. It does, yes. Kind of like the Imperial Guard's long-range scanners, but just a bit more fruity, a bit more purpley. A bit of a standstill at the moment. No one pushing out too far. Do have 1 Hell Talon already out. Probably waiting for that second one before they start pushing out and capturing, well, not capturing, but killing these Basilisks. The rickety, clinkety clank of the Lehman Russ battle tanks treads. And that's not what I want to see. That is not what I want to see at all. It's a lot of anti-vehicle stuff, but supported by some Cassicans. They're actually going to focus on the Cassicans. Imagine they probably do a lot more direct damage. Tigershark, you're going to need something more substantial. I mean, oh, there we go. He's got the Basilisk, and he's also got the heavy weapons support team, which are a lot more mobile than your regular heavy weapons team. On account of that, they can just pick up their stuff and run. And they've gone for what? You've gone for a las cannon and just a couple of extra heavy bolters. We see this fleet of Helltons coming in. They're looking to crack them down ASAP. 1 Basilisk goes down. Trying to throw those dustbins of chaos at them. But, and again, the Basilisk just bobbing and weaving this time. Get it down eventually, though. Now they see these plasma generators, ideal target for them. Wouldn't normally see a plasma generator being built up so far forward, but hey, when it makes... Or so was it? When you make hay, make sunshine, or make the hay when the sun shines? Some nonsense like that. Target's there, go for them. Helton's been blasted off. The Chaos Space Marines see this opening. The Basilisks been taken care of more or less. Only one left. Two more flying in as well. And the Chaos Space Marines have got time to just push in. Imperial Guard don't really have much on the field at the moment. And what kind of economy you got going on at the moment? If you've got plenty of money there, Tigershark, you'll be spending it. If not on units, on more production buildings, just so you can then build more units. But to be fair, this ball of chaos, especially for all those icon bearers, really hard to cut through. You need a lot of incoming damage to be able to take those guys down when they're all stood next to each other as well. Some people hiding inside all these commands. I imagine they were hiding one by one those listing posts, looking to reposition themselves. Field command over here. Like I say, just a really stodgy, strong turret, more or less, when you place them in place like that. The Hell Talon. Oh, a lot of hiding in the corner today, I've noticed. Is that the meta? Is that the strategy? A couple more Basilisks. I don't know if Basilisks are the way forward, Tigershark. Not when the Hell Talons are there to crack them open. Yeah, I think this is the classic case of having a lot of money and not really spending it. To be fair, though, there's been a lot of microing in this game. I'm not like major individual unit micro, but constant back and forth across the entire map, having your listing posts destroyed, having to rebuild them and stuff. These kinds of games get exhausted very quickly. It's hard to pay attention to all the individual things that is going on and ensuring that you're being the most efficient with your money and your spending. Basilisk is going to fall back. Lots of boys inside the field command. And these Khorne Terminators of a Khorne champion mean business in close combat. Tigershark's not one for giving up ever. He always likes to play it out to the last man. Gotta respect him for it. But yeah, from Demi's perspective as well. I suppose he was just building up towards this critical mass of Chaos Space Marines. It's not until like a lot later in the game when, well, I won't say a lot later in the game, Imperial Guard could have had the killing power for it, but they just don't have enough men for it. But these guys, once they get up all into one big ball, quite difficult to kill them. There we go, I'm not dead yet. Absolutely not. Still got some boys in here. And he's just going to keep on keeping on. Bless him. Infantry command. It's like it's in tier 1 all over again. Well, I mean, he is now, considering that he lost his HQ. If he could just build up enough defensive structures, maybe that's the plan. You know, these guys are just seeming to run away, thinking to themselves that they don't want any part of this nonsense. Khorne Terminator's looking to cut this down. You've got power fists. You have got power fists. Okay, going to punch the building down. Very aesthetically pleasing. And that's that one dead. Adding an infantry command. And it was good effort all around. But hey ho, that is the way the cookie crumbles. So thank you so much, guys, for sending this game into the Discord. If you want to support the channel, have a look at the old Patreon. £1 a month gets you one extra game a week. And there is also a Discord, where Discord things happen. Links in the description as always. And as for Mr. Landshark, pleasure as always, never short. And I'll see you in a bit. Peace.